In a small town named Sundargram, where red dirt roads twist through rows of tiled roof houses and children still laugh and play freely every afternoon, there lived a boy named Nick. Nick was different from the other kids in town. He wasn't into phones or addicted to video games. Instead, he was passionate about learning and exploring the world around him. Since the 5th grade, Nick had consistently topped his class, making his teachers and parents proud. He kept a little notebook filled with ambitious goals: become the best tech engineer, win the national academic competition, write a science book for children. Each time he set a goal, he'd eagerly share it with his friends, teachers, and even the neighbors. Next year, I'll compete in the Math Olympiad. I'm going to start a YouTube channel about science for kids. I'll win a scholarship to study abroad. His eyes sparkled with excitement, and his voice rang with confidence. Adults praised him for his ambition. His friends admired him. Nick felt like a rising star in the quiet countryside. But as time passed, those goals came and went. The plans he once spoke about with enthusiasm slowly faded, postponed because he was busy, or not ready, or simply not interested anymore. Nick began to feel disappointed in himself but couldn't understand why. One winter evening, as the sun dipped behind the old banyan trees, Nick quietly walked to the ancient temple on the hill, a place he often went to find peace when he felt lost. Living beside the temple was an old man known by everyone as Guruji. He had white hair, a bent back, and a gaze that shone with deep understanding. He spent his days reading books or teaching village children how to read and write. Guruji had been watching Nick for a long time. He had heard the boy speak of many dreams and plans, but he also saw a repeating cycle: talking, getting excited, and giving up. "My child, I haven't heard you talk about your dreams lately. What's bothering you?" Nick paused, then sighed. "I've set so many goals, but I never see them through. I work hard, but I still achieve nothing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong." Guruji smiled, placing a hand on Nick's shoulder. "Let me tell you a story from long ago. Long ago, in a poor village called Bhavanapur, there lived a humble farmer named Dev. He and his wife lived in a torn-down hut, struggling every day to make ends meet. But Dev had a dream. He wanted to own a vast farm one day, with layered rice terraces, lush fruit trees, and a cozy home overlooking a peaceful lake. What was special was this: Dev never told anyone about his dream. When neighbors asked what he was up to, he would simply smile and say, "Just working." Dev took up odd jobs, saved every penny, and each year, he bought a small piece of land. He tilled the soil himself, planted crops, and worked tirelessly without hiring help or boasting to anyone. 10 years passed. One day, the villagers were stunned to see that Dev now owned a massive farm with fruitful orchards, golden rice fields, and a beautiful house in the middle of nature. A childhood friend once asked, "Why didn't you ever tell anyone about your plans?" Dev smiled and replied, "Because I believe words are like arrows. Once released, they can't be taken back. When you talk too much, two things can happen. 1, people might discourage you. 2, you might feel like you've already achieved something and lose the drive to act. I chose silence, so I could put all my energy into action. And when I succeeded, my results spoke for themselves." Hearing this, something lit up in Nick's mind. He remembered all the times he had proudly shared plans, only to do nothing. It made him feel like he had already succeeded when in fact, he hadn't even begun. He looked at Guruji, eyes filled with a renewed spark. "Can I still change, teacher?" Guruji nodded. "Of course, it's never too late to change. Starting today, do this." He's silent. Take action. Let your success speak for you. From that day on, Nick stopped talking about his plans to others. He didn't post on social media. He didn't even share his dreams with teachers or his parents. Every morning, he woke up at 5 a.m., studied, and practiced. He broke down big goals into daily tasks, solve 5 math problems, read 2 essays, take careful notes. He kept track of his progress in a personal notebook but didn't show it to anyone. When friends invited him to hang out, he politely declined. When teachers asked, he simply said, "I'm just trying a little harder each day." He realized something powerful. Talking didn't bring him closer to his dreams. Only consistent action could do that. 3 months passed. On the day the school announced the results of the academic competition, everyone was shocked to see Nick Sharma at the top of the list, not just in math, but also in science. His friends were wide-eyed. "How are you so good? We didn't even know you were studying for the exams." Nick just smiled. Inside, he remembered Guruji's words, "Be silent, and you will get everything." Years later, Nick became a successful entrepreneur. He founded an educational tech company focused on rural students. He traveled the country sharing effective learning methods and how to turn dreams into reality, but he never talked too much about his future plans. He simply acted, letting results speak for themselves. At a school event, when a student asked him the secret to success, he answered with just one line, "Let silence be your companion." Don't rush to share your dreams. Work hard every day and let your achievements speak for you. If you have a big dream, don't rush to tell the world. If you have a bold plan, don't seek applause too early. Be silent. Take action. Let your results speak. Because sometimes, silence is not weakness, it's the greatest strength to protect what matters most in your heart. Speak less, do more. Be silent, stay steady, succeed.